Your hands/forearms. These are a very subtle symbol of power and strength in your physique. It carries over to anything. When you're even on your lower body exercises, right? When you're squatting, how hard you can clasp the bar, use your forearms to get extra power and tightness plays into that. When you're bench pressing, how hard you can grip the bar, kind of power off the rack, will kind of dictate how good or bad your set will go. Any of your back exercises, your grip is going to be taxed. Your arms, especially your bicep, your grip is going to be taxed. When it comes to your triceps, your grip is not necessarily going to be taxed, but the harder you grip something, the easier it will be to perform an exercise. Your hands and your forearms are like the base of everything, and you absolutely should work on developing them. Why else you should go about it? I mean, from just a basic aesthetic standpoint, when your forearms start to get so developed to where the extensors start to pop out. Now, mine aren't crazy, but it comes from a bit of leanness as well as development. But once that does start to come in, it's a very crazy comic book, nutty, fucking insane look. And that is when the true sleeper build shit comes out, because you can wear an oversized shirt with only your forearms showing. But if those extensors are developed and defined, oh, trust me, people are going to be able to tell that you have the physique on you. Additionally, your hands will get bigger, stronger. Women tend to like that shit too. Having a strong grip, forearms, hands, it has carryover to everything. The aesthetics is there. It's just, it is absolutely worth the time, and it really doesn't take a whole lot either. How to go about this? There's a bunch of different ways to hit the hand/forearms, but I'm going to kind of simplify it to you, right? So we're going to start off with the biggest muscle of the forearm, the brachioradialis. This is an extremely powerful elbow flexor. That's all you need to know. Whenever you do this, or you grip anything hard, it is active. Now, the absolute best way to hit this is just by doing reverse curls, and kind of on a easy bar, because it'll be a lot easier on your wrist. Just grab on the outer handles, come up, squeeze, lower it down. There you go. And as you're starting to approach failure, you can kind of bend your torso over to give you more leverage and push your brachioradialis even farther. I tend to do this in higher rep ranges because I like to get a burn in my forearms, but when it comes to building muscle, rep ranges of like 6 seem to be the most optimal. So if that's what you like, I would highly recommend that. Now, we're going to go into the flexor, the kind of meaty part of the forearm that pops out from the side, right? Any typical wrist curl will work this very well. Whether you do it supported by your knee, bench supported, behind the back, standing, any type of wrist curl will work. Now, probably the best type of wrist curl is going to be either a bench or knee supported one, where you can rest your arm in it and really just focus on moving your wrist up and down. Additionally, as you kind of hit the descending part of the lift, let the dumbbell or whatever you're using drop down to the bottom of your fingertips, kind of opening your palm up as you do it, and then come up, and you will get an extra stretch in your forearms, and it goes a long way. If you're new to it, I would start off with a lighter weight and do higher reps, simply because most people's wrist is kind of fucked or just not very conditioned. Like I know mine, even now today, my wrist still needs a lot of work and it's very injury prone. So I would say start this out light with high reps until you get a feel for you, kind of build up some resistance in your wrist. And then if you like lower rep ranges with higher weight, like 6, 8, 4, then you can try that. Next thing, of course, you want to buy is the extensors. A reverse curl actually will hit the extensors pretty well. But the main thing is you want a reverse wrist curl. So once again, you can do something bench supported, but if anything, I don't really like it bench supported. I would just do it standing with a bar in front of you and just go up. And as you do it, as you raise it up, make sure you really clasp these part of your fingers into the bar. Like really clasp it into the bar and you'll get extra activation. Additionally, you can go slightly outward with it as well. Now, you don't really need anything else. Your hands will get pretty good work, like I said, or decent work from reverse curls, things like that. But as for more direct work, something that I've invested into recently is these kind of hand grippers. Yeah, these are pretty much train your crushing grip strength, which is mostly your fingers. And if you want to train the opposite, which is kind of like more of your pinch and your thumb, you can kind of grab it like this, kind of not having it too far on there, but kind of having your fingertips at the tip of it and just kind of squeezing it, clamping it. And if it helps, you can also rest the hand that you are using it with against something and it'll give you more stability, and you can really just focus on the pinch with the thumb. The whole reason I say this over the next things I'm about to mention, this is 10 times more convenient, easy, and it won't interfere with the rest of your volume. These are extremely easy to implement. Your hands can recover, your hands and forearms can recover well. And that's another thing, they don't just hit your hands phenomenally, but they really help your forearms as well. So I like these. Inconsequential, they don't affect volume, easy to do, you can do it anywhere, cheap, 10 out of 10. The other things you want to do if you want to develop that real functional awkward grip strength, things like doing any of your back movements with fat grips, or your pull-ups with fat grips, or doing things like farmer's walks, or doing, like I said, the pinch holds, deadlifts where you're doing double overhand. Things like that will develop that functional grip strength as well. Those are kind of better than the basic isolation movements, but like I said, this is especially good for your grip strength. Verse curls will help with that as well. The wrist curls and things like that will kind of impact your grip strength. But yeah, when it comes to grip strength, I would say this, do something like some back movements where you're doing a fat grip, like preferably like a supinated underhand pull down. And of course you want something where you're pinching. Those are pretty much what you'll need to just develop all the muscles in your hand and your strength. Now, disclaimer, the muscles in your hand obviously do not develop the same ways as the muscles in your forearms, your arms, everywhere else, but they can develop and they can get a lot stronger. So yes, that is pretty much how you're going to go about it. There you have it. Training your hands / your forearms is going to have carryover to every exercise. Let me know what videos you guys want to see next. I'm going to catch y'all next time. I'm out.